Where's Kathleen Kennedy? I'll do you one better. Who's Kathleen Kennedy? I'll do you one better. Why is Kathleen Kennedy? What's up, guys? This is the Gospel according to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you what's on my mind. And why is Kathleen Kennedy is the question. Why is she still where she is? Clearly, with this type of failure that's been going on with Lucasfilm, someone somewhere needs to be having this conversation. And some of you have speculated that maybe she's out already. Well, I guess we'll find out, but I guess that might be why you have so many people starting to turn the corner, so to speak, because if you've been paying attention and you've been noticing, quite a few people are beginning to change their tune about the way they see things over at Lucasfilm. And they're starting to have the conversation about what's going on and what's gone wrong. And to that, I want to say congratulations. Congratulations to everyone in the resistance as far as this is concerned. Everyone who has been making the statements, everyone who has been, letting it be known that we're not satisfied with the way things are going over at Dizznee Lucasfilm. Most of us have been met with open hostility and aggression and just plain disrespect, ridicule, and we've had to deal with this now for months. But a lot of us have stood fast, and I want to congratulate you all for the first phase of this war, the battleground that we fought over Solo. Now, I know that a lot of people enjoyed Solo. There have been plenty of people that I respect who have come into the comment section and said that Solo was good, it was, you should check it out, and everything. But I just want to remind you guys, I've said many, many times, and, quite a few people have made the point also, it's not about how good or how bad Solo is. I've been saying this from day one. You want to know how strongly I feel about this? If they were to re-release the original trilogy with added scenes that weren't there before, if they were to release The Empire Strikes Back, I wouldn't see it right, today. If Dizznee Lucasfilm were to re-release The Empire Strikes Back on the IMAX, for me and my son to go watch, I would not see it. This is how strongly I feel about the direction that Dizznee Lucasfilm has been going and the way they've disrespected the fans. As long as that group of people are in charge that are at the top, I won't be patronizing Dizznee Lucasfilm. That's how I feel about it. So for everyone who's saying that, Solo is good or it's great or it's fun and things like that, or a blast, that's what we've all been hearing. It's a blast. I appreciate that, but I won't be. I won't be until the message is sent and it's heard loud and clear. And like I said, I do want to congratulate the resistance. The people on the front lines, the people on the back lines. Everyone who's been making this point and everyone who's been taking a stand, because the conversation is definitely being had. I've spent most of the last week working a lot of hours. I wish I could have gotten, uploaded some videos earlier on in the week, but I have been working a lot of hours. Actually, I'm doing this before I head out to work again, so if it's not work, it's definitely a challenge, dealing with that, and also being, a divorced, single father, who is very, very much committed to keeping my son on track. It's tough, when you go through a divorce and things like that, and my ex-wife and I, we work very well together also, to raise him. So, shout out to her because she is a subscriber, you know what I mean? So, we do work very closely, and, we're both dedicated to raising him. But it takes a lot, man. It's like, shout out to everybody who's doing that, because it takes a lot of commitment. But, yeah, so like I said, congratulations to all of you. It's not one person, it's not two people or three. It's all of us who decide to take a stand, and it is gaining momentum. You see more and more people who are starting to come around, and more people who are starting to actually entertain the idea that listening to fans is the difference that it makes. So it's actually looking very, very bright. The future. I feel very optimistic about the way things are going. So here it is, the second weekend after Solo has opened, and I say, finish him. Fatality. Flawless victory. That's what I say. Bring it on, baby. And let's go. Let's go on to episode 9. Because that's where it is. Because all of the excuses that they're coming up with. Scott Mendelson, came up with this bullshit article. And I wanted to actually do a video on it and actually read the article. But I found that trying to read that shit article was actually giving me halitosis. And I can't have that, So, most of you heard about it by now anyway. And I think it was world-class bullshitters who predicted that they would go this way, that they would try to say that the reason why Solo flopped was because people just didn't want to watch any more movies with a white male lead, which is total and utter nonsense. And this is the reason why, one of the reasons why I personally exist in this. My voice exists because, as you can see, I would tell you, or I would be able to say, if as a non-white man, that was some of my reservation. I want to put my voice out there, and I want to raise my voice to say, that's bullshit. It has nothing to do with it. I love Luke Skywalker, obviously being played by a white male. So when I went to go see The Last Jedi, it was because I expected to see Luke Skywalker in all of his glory. It didn't matter to me so much if that was going to be the end of him. Maybe he would die in the story. I just wanted to see it written better. I wanted to see him presented better. And as far as Solo is concerned, they clearly picked the wrong guy. He wasn't engaging as Solo. Now, I'm not saying anything against Alden Ehrenreich as an actor. If you had given him a different role in the Star Wars universe, he might have even broke through even better. Some people, they do like him. Some people do like his take on Han Solo. But let's face it, Harrison Ford, he brought something very, very special to that role. So not just anybody can play that role. And it's not just those of us in the Resistance who were turned off by that. So that in combination with that what's his name, Jonathan Kasdan, making that ridiculous remark about Lando being pansexual. I mean, it was just a perfect storm. It had nothing to do with the fact that it was a white male in the lead. It was the wrong white male in the lead for a lot of people, not all the people. There are people who will come in the comment section who will say that Alden did a great job. I respect that. Like I said, sooner or later, I will see the movie. I'm not going to see it in the movies. I'm not going to pay. Like I said, Disney, Lucasfilm, they're not going to get my money. Lucasfilm is not going to get my money until they start showing more respect for the fans who built this. So it's just that simple. So I'm not going to debate about whether or not the movie was just good or not, but the statement, the message has to be sent. So it's just that simple. That's how I feel about it. Now I'm going to just read a little bit of this article before I get out of here, because I see my time is running out. And just to bring home how important this weekend is as far as continuing to make our message, how important that is. All right, so this article is on money.cnn.com. That's right, money. That means those people are watching who can make a big difference, okay? And the headline goes, Solo had a rough start. This weekend is make or break. This weekend is make or break, guys. It says here, the latest Star Wars installment will get another chance to win over audiences this weekend. It's going to need it. The box office total for Solo, A Star Wars Story, which tells the backstory of the series' Han Solo character, has fallen far short of industry expectations. The movie was initially projected to pull in $130 million to $150 million stateside over Memorial Day weekend, but its final domestic total was only $103 million, according to the website Box Office Mojo. And its international total, $65 million, was even weaker. With a haul like that, while a haul like that would be welcome news for many films, it's troubling for such a storied franchise. Solo also cost a reported $250 million to make, not counting marketing and distribution, which means it still has a long way to go before it can recover its costs. I think that break-even number is going to be very difficult, said Jeff Bach, a senior box office analyst at Exhibitor Relations. Box said the movie will be hurt by the lackluster response so far, adding that he expected it to bring in less than $450 million during its entire run. Oh, that's horrible. By comparison, the last two Star Wars releases raked in more than $1 billion each. You know, those other two, when they were trying to get everyone into the movies using the original characters, by the way, okay? And the original actors, meaning Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford. That's what we all went in there to see, guys.
I really think the majority of the people have already rushed out to see it that are going to see it,
He added.
There's nothing that's going to save it at this point, and that's kind of the bottom line for Solo.
Okay. There's nothing that's going to save it. Now look, I'm sorry, Alden, I'm sorry, Donald, I'm sorry, Amelia, definitely Ron Howard, I have tremendous respect for you. But this is really not about that. This is about the way that Disney Lucasfilm has been mishandled, and it all comes down and it all comes back to Kathleen Kennedy. Okay, so that's it, man. There's no speculation. One day, when these people stop bullshitting and they start actually admitting that they listen to the fans that have been on YouTube and in the comment sections and everything like that, the name that will keep coming up is Kathleen Kennedy. That's what it is. It has nothing to do with, the movie being headed up by a white man or anything like that. Like I said, that's the reason why I am here, being a non-white man, to lend my voice to it, because that throws, for the Scott Mendelsons of the world and things like that. Scott, don't bother to speculate, okay? As a non-white man, I am here to throw a monkey wrench into the works. Yes, I said monkey wrench. Scott, I'm reading your mind, Scott. You racist, you. And why do I call you a racist, Scott? I call you a racist because you want to present everybody else as racist. You want to act like all we see is race in our heroes and in our stories. I submit to you that that's what people like you do, okay? We've moved far beyond that. It's 2018, not 1936, okay? So you can kill all that. Like I said, let's just stick to what's real and stop wasting time, all right? Because clearly a lot of money is being lost while we dance around the issue. The fandom, it all comes down to the fans. We make or we break your franchise. We run this. It belongs to us. You need to bow down. Kneel before Zod. Okay, guys, I think I'm running late. I'm going to get written up, yo. But anyway, I'm going to see you guys on the next one. I just wanted to reach out once again. The bottom line, congratulations, and to the fandom, who've been incredibly effective. And once again, I want to thank all of my subscribers. I want to thank all of my commenters. Even when I get busy for a stretch of days, living my life and things like that, I still go down the comment section and I look at all of the incredible things that people are saying and all of the links that you're leaving, to other articles and things like that. Thank you guys so much. You're the absolute best. And I will see you on the next one. This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.